Hi, I'm Leslie Cordero, Senior Disaster Risk Management Specialist of the World Bank. Today, we are in session 14, and our topic is formulation of a good communication strategy. What are some of the learning objectives? There are two. Number one, discuss the different elements of a good communication strategy. Number two, develop a communication strategy. Today, we are discussing how to develop a communication strategy. Alam natin na for post-disaster rehabilitation and recovery, kailangan ng mga LGUs at mga ahensya na gumawa ng maayos na communication strategy. So ano ba yung mga elements of a communication strategy? Number one, it has to be simple but effective because it helps facilitate the recovery efforts. Number two, kailangan nating tandaan na it is a platform for information exchange, a feedback mechanism, as well as a venue where the community as well as the government can exchange and help solve these issues. Number three, it is a tool that can help build the trust and confidence of the community and the affected people in government, especially sa mga local government units. So we need to promote active participation and ensure na may buy-in yung mga communities na affected sa mga ginagawang activities and projects ng government. Number four, kailangan nating tandaan na when we do a communication strategy, it takes into consideration the social and cultural context. And of course, ang key factors of a good communication strategy will highlight transparency, accountability, as well as good governance. Hindi po mahirap gumawa ng communication strategy. Tandaan natin merong mga components. Number one, key principles. Number two, core messages. 3, spokesperson. 4th, form of communication materials. And then, of course, yung communication channels. So let's discuss about key principles. Key principles are important. So we have 3 things to remember here. Establish the communication protocols. It is crucial that there are protocols between the national and local government so that people will know that these are some of the sets of rules that they will follow. Number 2, to manage people's expectations by providing proactive messages to address and clarify recovery issues. Sa government, diba, sanay tayo na parang itatago natin kung may mga issues. But here, a good communication strategy would teach you na kailangan natin ikwento sa mga tao in a language that they would understand para rin alam nila and makikilahok sila kung paano to isosolve. Number 3, it is important that there is public involvement through regular reporting. Nakasanayan natin sa local government na hindi regular yung reporting. So, crucial na weekly ba, monthly ba yung reporting dun sa progress na rehab and recovery. Sa Marawi na rehab and recovery, we have experienced na the government tried to do regular reporting by doing it twice a week. So every Tuesday and Thursday at a certain hour, lumalabas yung spokesperson nila. The next thing to remember is core messages. Important yung core messages because it highlights kung ano yung key roles ng government, community, and the other stakeholders. And then you'll talk about the sectoral rehabilitation and recovery priorities. And then third, yung mga priority programs, projects, and activities. Kasi important na ma-explain kung ano yung mga targets, sino yung mga beneficiaries, and paano ka makaka-avail. And then of course, what are some of the governing policies for rehabilitation and recovery? And then, if there are still available funds for rehab and recovery, important na alam din ng mga tao kung may problema kasi kulang yung pondo, yung mga ganyan. And then pinaka-crucial, yung time frame. Kailan magsisimula yung project, kailan matatapos. And ang pinaka-important na reminder sa mga mayors, governors, and sa mga local chief executives, wag na wag kayong mag-promise kung hindi kayang i-deliver. And then of course, alam natin na may mga implementation issues. So yung mga implementation issues and yung proposed solutions dun sa mga issues, pwede nyo ring ibahagi sa mga tao. And then there are 2 more. mechanisms for community involvement in the recovery process. How do you get yung mga communities, yung mga nasa purok, or yung mga organized women and other groups to be involved in the rehabilitation and recovery efforts? And then lastly, kung ano yung overall progress na recovery. So ito yung laman ng mga core messages nyo, and pwede nyo na itong isulat in advance. Here, we're talking about the spokesperson. O, di ba? Kung sino yung talking head or sino yung focal person na magkukwento about the rehab and recovery process. So, always remember na the messenger is equally important as the message. So, alam naman natin, di ba, ngayon, ang naririnig natin palagi, ang spokesperson na si Harry Roque, or sa DOH, naririnig natin si Yusek Vergere. So, we need to find good people who can best represent the organization, and in this case, find a good spokesperson sa local government. Usually, it's the mayor or the governor. Pero, minsan, sa mga matitinding topics or issues, huwag niyong isalang agad si mayor and si governor para meron kayong buffer. And then second, it is important na the spokesperson will take the lead in promoting the government's activities and provide support to strengthen linkages with other stakeholders. So, kailangan hindi pikon. Di ba? Alam natin na maraming issues. So, kailangan sumagot ng maayos, respectful, kung pipili kayo ng spokesperson. And then third, important na ang spokesperson ay nagbibigay ng mga official statements or official messages about the rehabilitation and recovery efforts. So, may mga prepared speeches yan, dun i-issue. And then, it's also important for the spokesperson to maintain a consistent image, di ba? And positive reputation. So, kailangan credible, merong integrity. And ang rule of thumb ko dito sa spokesperson, be seen, be heard, and be believed. So, yun yung 3 important things. Ang next topic natin dito sa slide is yung form of communication materials, di ba? Merong various forms of communication materials. Merong print, merong audiovisual materials. Pero dito sa print, you're talking about the posters, comics, your regular printouts. And then, sa electronic, you have the videos, radio clips, short films, and then yung SMS or text messages. And ito yung important because it will help maintain that public engagement on the rehabilitation and recovery process. Especially ngayong pandemic, di ba? Mahirap na mag-distribute ng mga cutouts or mga posters. So, important na ma-learn natin kung paano itatap yung mga social media and online platforms. And then number 2, you're talking about the audiovisual materials. Marami kang creative options in presenting the progress of rehabilitation and recovery. So, wag na tayo dun sa palaging naka-PowerPoint lang or yung mga bond paper na i-distribute. It is important to have infographics to catch the attention of the public on what is happening sa rehabilitation and recovery. Now, let's focus on communication channels. You're talking about several. So, unang-una, mass media. Nandyan yung print, radio, TV, and then meron ding regular press briefing, di ba? Yung tatayo si mayor or si governor or yung public information officer nyo para mag-explain kung anong nangyayari or para magpahayag kung ano yung mga official statements or progress. And then of course, we have our social media and digital platform. So crucial ngayon yung labanan sa Facebook, sa Instagram, di ba? Kung mabilis and listo yung mga local government na PIOs, then mas makaka-access kayo dito sa social media and makakasagot kayo and encourage engagement dun sa public. And then, our traditional website, important din to, na merong regular website na reliable and dependable yung information, hindi fake news. And then we have also our information hubs. So usually, pag merong malaking disaster, bagyo, lindol, yung mga information hubs siniset up ng government. Pero kung sa local government lang, meron na kayong regular information channels or streams, gamitin nyo po yun. And then the newsletter, meron din yun, pero usually ginagawa siya through social media na ngayon. And then of course, the tried and tested. Ito yung mga town hall meetings, yung mga community gatherings, yung mga face-to-face discussion. Pero ngayon pong may pandemya, ayun, mahihirapan tayo. So zoom-zoom na lang muna tayo. Now let me give you a sample snapshot of a rehabilitation and recovery issues and possible responses. So dito makikita nyo lahat ng components na diniscuss natin kanina. So for example, ano yung issue or concern? And then ano yung possible na response or action? Sino ang spokesperson or focal person in charge? And ano yung communication channel na gagamitin mo? So in the next few slides, you will see this. Take for example, itong delay in the preparation of the rehabilitation and recovery plans. Diba? Ulit-ulit kayong tinatanong dyan sa city, sa munisipyo, or sa province na bakit ang tagal niyong gumawa ng rehab and recovery plan? So meron kayong possible na sagot. Pwede niyong sabihin na pag nagpe-prepare kasi ng plano po, may process yan. Kailangan i-vet, titingnan kung sino yung mga beneficiaries, ilang bahay yung kailangan gawin, magkano yung budget. So, matatagalan yung process. And sino ba yung person na kailangan magsalita dito? Pwede yung housing or planning na head. Pwede din si mayor kung merong sagot si mayor or si governor. Pag national government naman, pwede rin yung National Economic and Development Authority or kung sino yung head ng task force. And then, kailangan nyo rin i-identify kung ano yung mga communication channels na gagamitin. For example, TV ba, radio, social media ba, or magpapalabas kayo sa mga newspapers through print. And then, kailangan i-identify kung national ba ang gagawing briefing or sa local na setup. Yung pangalawang issue na pwede nating pag-usapan is yung very common and usually alam nyo na to yung issue na substandard ang quality ng transitional shelters or permanent housing na ginagamit nyo. So ano yung mga possible na sagot or possible actions na pwede nyong ikwento sa media or sa public? Pwede nyong sabihin na merong mga standards and designs na piniprescribe. So pwedeng sabihin na ang public works for mga shelters, meron din ang Department of Education para sa mga school buildings, ang DOH para sa mga hospitals. So, alamin nyo and ikwento nyo na there are standards that they need to follow in the rehabilitation and reconstruction of this public infrastructure. And then, of course, wag nating kalimutan na ikwento na gaano kabagal yung process or i-explain natin bakit mabagal yung process. So, sa actual construction, sa mga materials na ginagamit, as well as yung procurement and budget. And then here, i-identify natin kung karapat-dapat ba na si mayor yung haharap, si governor, or pwede nyong i-refer sa national government. So, pwedeng tawagan si Public Works or ikwento na yung DepEd ang nag-prescribe nito or yung National Housing Authority. And then, of course, tingnan ulit kung ano yung medium na gagamitin or ano yung communication channel na gagamitin. TV ba, radio ba, social media ba, or dun sa mga forum or kapihan na pwede nyong ikwento at harapin yung mga issues on rehabilitation and recovery. Ito ang pinaka-common na issue for rehab and recovery. Alam nyo na to and sana napaghandaan nyo to. Last, ito yung delay in the implementation of infrastructure projects, di ba? So, paano ba natin ito sasagutin? Ulit-ulit na lang, bagyo, lindol, kahit itong pandemic, bakit may delay? So, you can properly explain by saying na ano yung reasons ng delay. At pwede kang magbigay ng alternative na more feasible timetable for project implementation. Yung mga governors, yung mga mayors, pati itong mga secretaries natin, gustong-gusto nila na mag-offer na by ganitong month, by ganitong year, tapos na to. Ang pinaka-important na lesson na na-learn namin dito sa Typhoon Yolanda is huwag kang mag-overpromise and under-deliver. Kasi siguradong sisingilin ka ng mga victims affected by the disasters. So try as much as you can to give some buffer or some window when you give a timeline. Number 2, kung social infrastructure projects or yung mga softer infrastructure like education, health facilities, or propose ka ng options kung paano and kailan to madideliver. I-factor in nyo rin yung mga delays in the implementation, important yan. And i-explain nyo sa mga tao kung bakit may delay. Sino-sino yung dapat na spokespersons dito or focal? So, pwede yung mga representatives ng ahensya kung kanino ginagawa yung project. Or pwede rin si mayor, si governor, or yung information officer na in charge. Kailangan lang nila alam yung ano yung mga issues para at least masagot nila ng tama. And then ulit lang kung ano yung mga communication channels. National ba or local ba yung press briefing mo? Saan ka ba nag-guest? Sa community radio ba? Sa community TV? Or sa national television? And then kailangan din natin iangkop yung sagot and pananalita dun sa anong medium or communication channel yung ginagamit po ninyo. We went through every slide talking about ways on how to formulate a good communication strategy. But what are the two things that you need to remember? Number one, a simple but effective communication strategy facilitates recovery by providing a platform for information exchange, feedback, and issue resolution in a timely manner. So ito, kayang-kaya nyo tong gawin. And kailangan nyo mag-spend ng time, di ba? Kung busy kayo na gumawa ng programs, projects, and activities, kung busy kayo gumawa ng menu of financing options, equally important itong communication strategy. Because you will be measured kung successful ba or palpak ba yung rehab and recovery ng isang disaster based on your communication strategy. And then of course, number two, the communication strategy should consider the following components, di ba? Yung key principles, yung core messages, yung spokesperson, yung different forms of communication materials, as well as yung communication channel na gagamitin natin. Bakit important tong communication strategy? Naalala ko, post-Yolanda, I think this was 5 years, 6 years after, nagkita kami ulit ni Senator Lacson dun sa Senate. And then kwento ko sa kanya, sabi ko, Sir, if I had a do-over, di ba? Kung papapiliin mo ako, saang area mo ako ilalagay, hindi ko pipiliin yung undersecretary na gumawa ng rehab and recovery. Mas pipiliin ko na maging communications person or spokesperson ng OPAR. Because there I realized na 5, 6 years after Yolanda, people are still asking, where did the money go? Diba? Yung perception na ninakaw ng gobyerno. It was not just a perceived parang corruption yung na-challenge ako. It was more of the failure of an effective communication strategy. Diba? So kung may do-over ako, gagalingan ko tong aspect na to. And ngayon, may opportunity kayo. Now, when you start preparing your local rehabilitation and recovery program, include a component of a communication strategy. Thank you and have a good day.